What are you doing?
It's this new diet. It's all the rage, actually. Paleo or something.
Paleo diet.
Yeah, it's based off the way the Paleolithic man ate.
What you got living like a caveman down right?
That's gross. Yeah, you gotta live like a paleo, man.
Do you even science, bro?
Yeah, they had cars they could drive with their feet and dinosaurs as pets and stuff.
No. You are coming with me. I'm going to show you all about the Paleolithic period in my time machine.
Wait, you have a time machine? How are they not seeing this right now?
Don't ask questions about that. Let's stay on topic.
Paleolithic man in their natural habitat, hunting and gathering. The average day in the life of the Paleolithic man was a strenuous one, filled with uncertainty. Life as a hunter-gatherer was bitter and a short-lived one, having to travel for miles a day in search of food and at times spending the entire day laboring to scavenge for fibrous roots and berries. While much of what the Paleo man did eat and how much has been debatable, it is almost certain the geographical location impacted those diets.
What you're saying is there isn't one comprehensive outline that constitutes the paleo man's diet like the one the paleo diet totes?
Actually, it's pretty funny because when looking over the trademark Paleo Diet website, the rules to what constitute paleo isn't rigid. It's pretty clear on what constitutes as paleo, such as potatoes, legumes, and dairy.
But didn't you just say that they scavenged for roots like potatoes?
Yeah. Based on the analysis of early Stone Age tools of the pyre, I think it's PAYRE, scientists were able to detect an adequate amount of starch grain remnants left on an 18 of 182 artifacts with 9.9% occurrence. Intake. The Paleolithic diet also maintains that the Paleolithic man ate tons of meat and claims that a heavy protein intake is the main component of net health. However, those numbers have been heatedly debated through the scientific community.
Well, what do you know about how we ate 200,000 years ago?
Well, I do know based on studies done on Stone Age people referred as the pyre in Rhone Valley, France, we know from extensive studying of their tools that they did process grains and smaller game such as fish. Furthermore, it is theorized that those who lived in tropical environments subsisted on mainly about 70% of products of vegetable and 30% animal product based on access to resources, where those who lived in primary colder regions would subsist on mainly animals in areas where vegetables were scarce and fats were essential to maintaining energy levels for warmth. You can see based on that simple information that humans across the world had varied diets, so it'd be illogical to group the Paleolithic diet into a single diet.
Well, what about dairy? It says that we should avoid dairy because it's a man-made invention. That makes sense to me.
While that is true, even many of the vegetables and meat you eat today that are sold in the Paleolithic diet is man-made as well. It was cultivated and selectively bred to grow bigger, sweeter, and fatter. You name it, over hundreds of years we have cultivated our food since early Neolithic era till now. So good luck trying to find some vegetables the Paleolithic man has eaten. Life as the Paleolithic man was hard and very short-lived, many who didn't pass childhood. With the environmental factors included, I don't think the Paleolithic way of life would be logically superior than modern day. Not to mention, the Stone Agers consumed a greater amount of calcium than we do, and on average, twice as much. So their sources were vegetables rather than dairy. The calcium gains from milk stands to outweigh the negatives from the average user. With fat-free milk and curdled milk available, there is dairy product for any milk allergy or intolerance.
Whoa, alright. This is a lot of information to take in at once, so I think we should grab a cup of coffee. All this cognitive dissonance has me reeling. So, what you're trying to tell me is that the real Paleolithic diet was too varied that it was impossible to conclude what a single diet of the Paleolithic man would be. It all makes sense. A lot of the foods that we eat nowadays are man-made and selectively bred, so even if there was a conclusive diet, it would be almost impossible to eat what they ate. Not to mention their extreme lifestyles led compared to a modern man's sedentary lifestyle.
sedentary, but I know what you meant.
Yeah.
That's correct. While we can learn from their lifestyle of eating whole foods and increasing our fibrous intake by cutting out over-processed foods, the key to maintaining a healthy lifestyle is exercising and eliminating those concentrated, processed, basically nutrient-deficient trans fatty acids that have plagued Western markets.
I still feel so empty right now.
I would too.
No, why would they call it the paleo diet when clearly the diet they're toting is nothing like the way of paleo living?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe they're using it as a marketing ploy. By glamorizing products such as the paleo diet, by using pseudoscience in order to gain intrigue and credibility, as a way to increase popularity and net sales. But who's to say?
With the perfect vehicle that's just right for you, no matter which list you're on. These are the 2015 E350